Hello, this hello. It is 22nd of November, 10:45 p.m. Um some updates. First thought is considering this functions as like a time capsule. Um what I want to talk about or bring up is World War III, um, which it isn't happen. The thing is, with international conflicts, these even uh, what was it, intra-national political disputes, I try to purposefully be ignorant about it because a lot of times I feel like it's just, well, in terms of, like, for example, in US, the left versus the right, it seems like people are too attached too much of their identity to a political spectrum and create this conflict that expands to an unnecessary level when it's maybe trivial or it's never like the whole picture, but people argue about it. Um, in the sense of like you can never really see the whole picture, or people never try to. I think that's the same with international conflicts. That's why I don't bother trying to really understand because there's already so many things that I'm trying to understand. Um, but the war with Russia and Ukraine, um, from my very preliminary knowledge, it seems that well, it seems that from what I understand, it is escalating. Um, it's getting worse, and there are talks of, in 2025, this is 2024, in 2025, um, is there going to be World War III? Especially because maybe Trump has become president and he has, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he has made a statement that to sort of, you strongly go against Russia's advances, right? And in retaliation, it seems like, Putin's further escalating. I don't know. I am severely uneducated in this part, and maybe I should understand more, but I think what I can work on in this is just to say there's a high chance that there might be a nuclear war. And someone who lives in Europe, I know that Netherlands is in NATO, so maybe there's less chance Russia would really strike Netherlands, and Netherlands is not really related to the conflict, I think, other than allowing immigrants in. See, I really don't know, but what I can do is just simply expect the worst, which is something's gonna happen in 2025, and I'm gonna lose supply to food, internet, energy, heat, um, And what I need to start doing now is preparing. But also, I don't have money. I need to get a job first. I'm coming to an end to my networking. I've got a lot more knowledge, a lot more connections. Um, Not any concrete lead, but we'll have to see about that. But um, what I really need to do, I mean, I was already planning to, but I think this is becoming more concrete, is that once I start getting income, I plan to have 40% invested in the future. This is mostly going to be stocks, but I think there has to be a significant percentage within that, or I start spending money on prepping, which means, I guess, canned food, um, a bulletproof vest bag, because the issue is less, I think the issue is less to do with receiving the missile, more about what happens afterwards when chaos ensues. Um, the area where I live, it's already sort of bad. My bike I have it parked right in front of my house, got stolen, even though it was chained. So imagine if uh, like food goes or toilet paper goes and there's no help from the government. How would people around this neighborhood, just within this neighborhood, react? I think it won't be good. So I have to start prepping. But I also have to really start doing good with my physical fitness, so I can prepare. So that I'm going to the gym, but I have to be more consistent because today I was supposed to go, or 2 days ago as well. Also, I was thinking maybe some level of self-defense would be good. Ideally, it's more to do with um, I mean, I think for prepping, the best self-defense is learning gun safety and using guns and other sort of tools. And I guess combat. Uh, Anyways, my point is, um, a friend or a friend of a friend is taking BJJ classes. And I can go there for free. So it's not really the really applicable to prep, but it is still some form of self-defense. It's free. So I'm thinking maybe I should at least go to that. So at least it gives me something, you know. Um, mm, I just got a Duolingo notification saying um, I'll lose my streak, but I just did it. What the fuck?
Hoi, ik ben een kind.
Um, I just gotta double check. Yeah, I should have. The streak is fine. This is a whole nother issue, getting distracted in this current, age, but that can wait for now. Um, so yeah, I think I have to really plan, prepare, even just BJJ. That's something that could maybe help. Yeah, another interesting thing is, I guess, in the line of distraction, the influence from media. And I don't know if this is a coincidence, um, or I'm being manipulated, but recently there's been two situations where I got into something and it's relevant to what's actually happening now. As something small is I recently got into Final Fantasy Online. I'm not paying, I don't have money, but it's like free until level 70 or something. So I don't know what really got me interested, but I suddenly got interested. I watched a few videos on YouTube, and then I was thinking, like, you know, ah, once I get work, once I have time, I'll play it. But then I thought, wait, let me check my, also check my computer storage, because that was also the whole issue to begin with, because I don't have the money to add more bytes to my computer. But then I checked, oh, I have 80 gigabytes. That's more than 80 gigabytes, because the Final Fantasy requires 80. I was like, you know what, I can just download it and play the free version. So I just play the free version. Um, and then 2 days later, there's a YouTube notification saying, oh, there's going to be a Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy Online on mobile. So it makes me think how coincidental it is, how timely. I wonder if I was like manipulated in some shape or form. But that's, I guess, a small scale, a scale that I don't really care that much, because I don't think I'll really be spending money on it anyways. I think it's something to keep me occupied for a bit, because I haven't felt interested in games for a while. So this was something that's like, oh. And also, I miss Dragon Quest X. That I have to pay. And also, I don't think I can really play it outside of Japan. So I wanted something similar to that. And Square Enix MMO, I sense some level of resemblance. Even in terms of like certain design choices, like loading location that needs to be loaded in uh, through a door or something. There's like blue light. I think that was in Dragon Quest X as well. Or like having a line where it transitions to a new location that loads in as well. That's kind of similar to Dragon Quest X. And I think Dragon Quest X kind of supports this MMORPG that's for kind of solo players, which is what Final Fantasy Online is as well. So that's really interesting. I think the difference is, I guess Dragon Quest X also has like a raid, although it's much smaller scale. Because I know I haven't done the Final Fantasy one, but I think there's like 50 something player size raid as well, which is really interesting. I don't know if I can do it with the free version, but yeah. But anyways, there's that. More importantly, I was kind of it kind of died down already, although it's kind of coming back up a bit. But I think a few weeks ago, I really got into like army stuff for some reason, which includes prepping. And for the first time, I was interested in guns, not like school shootery, but more so my interest is in the mechanical or aspect, like customizability, or I just like seeing a gun being built. Um, but like if I really think about the implication, like what a gun is for, I don't like that. But when things get serious, I understand like it is, it can be a good defense tool with the right person using it in the right context. But I just thought like design wise, the aesthetic of it all was something that drew me in. Seeing like a case of a bunch of guns um, and got me into like post-apocalyptic stories as well. So um, there aren't that many good ones. The ones I could find were Last of Us and Fallout. They're both pretty decent. I think Last of Us is definitely better, and it kind of piqued my prepper post-apocalypse interest a bit more, although not too much, you know. So what I really liked about, I already forgot their names, but the couple that stayed, they had like their own little town that it was only two of them, and they in the world where there's zombies and people are living, you know, in less than the bare minimum and dying left and right, and you know it's kind of a dog eat dog world. I always say dog eat dog world to soften the blow, but dog eat dog world. um these couples, these guys, they lived a long life and they died on their own terms. One by cancer and one because he didn't want to live by himself after his partner died of cancer. And the partner wanted to drink sleeping pills so he didn't have to suffer. That was a great story. That nothing to do with prepping. For the most part, I really like that, you know, little snippet, like a tangent, because they weren't even like main characters, but they show like a whole story. I really love that. And I think the actors were amazing. But anyways, going back, I don't know. I was just really fascinated by prepping, being able to sort of prepare your, not prepare, oh, be able to prepare, be able to, you know, I think there's a sense of the masculinity or desirable masculinity, being able to take care of yourself to that level when all the supply lines are cut, and but you have this big ass bag, a bulletproof vest, you know, goggles, night vision goggles or mask or whatever, and traveling the wasteland. That is, I think this is very ignorant, maybe a horrible thing to say, considering the reality of it and how realistic it is to actually how people are suffering when they're living in a war right now. But part of me is romanticizing that life post apocalypse, not in wartime, and being able to have that ability to defend myself and take care of myself without no help, um, without society continuing. Um, I don't know, that I just got into that, and I guess it's good that I'm into that because I do have the mindset that I should prepare, and I'm going to. But then that was a few weeks before Trump Trump won the election, and the Ukraine-Russia seemed to start to escalate again. It was before that. But now there's talks of World War III. It makes me think like, was I manipulated into prepping myself? I don't know. I can't tell if it's really manipulation. To an extent, I would say there is an influence, right? At a certain point, the YouTube algorithm probably showed videos of prepping, showed videos of Final Fantasy. Maybe I didn't even click it. Maybe it was just a thumbnail. But as it's relevant to, it's not some complete foreign idea, right? Both of these, especially the prepping and soldier stuff, guns. They're very relevant even more today. So maybe it was just easier for me to get into watching those videos more. So something about that, you know. But yeah, I gotta start prepping. And there was a new vacancy I saw, so I have to apply to that. I have to write a motivation letter. I don't know, it just sucks writing a motivation letter. I feel like you know, the whole job market thing is horrible. You're competing with thousands of people, and it seems like to actually get a job, not even something you really want, but something that's in the lane of, in my context, what I studied, is through word of mouth. My only word of mouth opportunity was this startup company that I'm probably an outsourced person that has to work through commission but don't get any income for the first 6 to 8 weeks. And it depends if the company does well or not. Yeah. And I don't know. It was a bit fishy. I mean, the guy is pretty big, but I don't know. It just, something was off. I mean, that whole thing is off. Like, it's very frustrating when I'm trying to find a full-time job and I'm given an opportunity that doesn't pay me for the first 2 months, and it's commission based. And on top of that, it's a sales job. They say, "Ooh, analyst, business developer, you do research or whatever." No, I'm just doing sales at the end of the day. Like, they meander around. So I'm like, so it's basically sales, right? And they're like, yeah. It's like, I study life sciences, I don't want to be another salesman, you know? Then I could have just started from high school. Well, I guess not technically, but I studied life sciences for a reason, so that I could, be part of. I want to do science. I don't want to do sales. Um, I think, in a way, it is still a good opportunity because it's sales in. Well, the company is a CDMO, so it is in the sector, and I could see more of the business side of life sciences. But I don't know. Um, I mean, I didn't reject the opportunity. I said I was interested. I asked more questions. The dude hasn't replied to me. I mean, I guess he's busy. So, that's fine. I'm thinking I want a 9 to 5. And then if I have 9 to 5, I don't mind doing that on the side. And if it picks up, awesome. Another good source of income. If it doesn't pick up, I still get to have some experience. But that cannot be my primary job, primary occupation right now. Realistically, I have about a month of savings. So I need to kind of find a job now. So, yeah, after this, I'm gonna write my motivation. But I don't think I'm gonna get the job because I'm competing with master students or people who have at least 2 years of experience. So I don't understand why it's so tough. Yeah. I even talked to a recruiter. He said, "Oh, I'll get back to you." Never got back to me. There was another recruiting company that said, "Oh, I told." He was the CEO of the recruiting company. I told him my situation. He was like, "Yeah, just sign up and then share your details, and then we will help you find a job." I do that, and the message I get is, "We're not currently, our clients are not currently in the life sciences industry." And it's like, damn, He just wanted more people to sign up. Wasting my time. So yeah. At least the other recruiting company, they were straight up with me. They were like, "Oh, we don't do life sciences." I was like, "Okay." But yeah. Yeah, I guess that's it. But I think I gotten a lot better at networking. That's good. I think there was an event that didn't go well, but then all the other ones have been well. I think I introspect and self-criticize too much, maybe. Well, that's why I think it's good that I have a psychologist, that I talk to, and she says that I blame a lot of stuff on me and then generalize it to my whole character. Which I do. I do that all the time, and maybe, I understand what she's saying, but then I sometimes think, like, is she just telling me so that I would just have a less negative mindset, even though my criticism is true. That when it comes to, like, truth in psychology, it's very finicky because what you think is true also becomes the truth, right? So, which we kind of also talked about. Because the issue I have is I think I'm bad at social interactions. And since I have a avoidant behavior, I start avoiding social interactions, which kind of reinforces that I don't have good social skills or social interaction. So, in a way, what is even the truth? I think the best I can do is just try to be a little more positive, which, it's tough when my nice bike got stolen, but I guess I'm doing okay. And, you know, for some reason, if you look at my actual financial situation, my social situation, I think it's still, I would say relatively to myself, it's pretty decent considering all the interactions I'm getting from networking. And I reached out to a guy to, hang out. So, not bad. But when I think about what it was like having actual friends, having people that, having interactions that don't seem transactional, not feeling suppressed from this weird left-wing culture. Not that the culture, not the values. I mean, maybe it's not really left-wing too, it's maybe just adulthood. Having to interact with the adult environment where, you can't always just say whatever you want, which is fair, but I used to be someone that just says whatever I want, so maybe that's a minor struggle. But I know, but there is this whole air of like, oh, I don't want to offend this person. And sometimes very hard to interact with certain people. Yeah. What else I was gonna say? But also, I don't know, just people, maybe there's something I'm doing, well, this is a self-criticism and generalization part, but maybe there's something I'm doing, or maybe it's just on them. A lot of people just don't reply. Or, yeah, not a lot, but at least the few people I've talked to, they don't really reply. Well, I'm thinking of like one recently, 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's this one guy. He doesn't reply, but he sends his message, which I find annoying actually. Because he just wants the conversation to go. He just wants to talk about what he wants to talk, but never continues any of my side of that conversation. So yeah. And then there are people that, there's one guy that replied to me like months later and then stopped replying again. And then there was this one girl that I thought were going good, and I wanted to kind of, or get to know her more and stuff. But then I think what I really don't understand is they say, oh, so what I did was like, do you want to hang out this time? And then this day or whatever. And she says, I can't do that on that day. But like, she gives a specific date, like, how about this day? So I'm like, yeah, I'm down for that. What I don't understand is why act like you're trying to reschedule, right? Because rescheduling means you still want to meet. But I reply, I say I can do this day, and then she never replies back. So it's like, if you can't or don't want to meet, rescheduling doesn't make sense. All you have to say is, if you're trying to be nice, all you have to say is, I can't do this day, but when when I'm free again, I'll let you know, at least. It doesn't mean you're going to, but if you're trying to be nice, that's one way to do it. I think rescheduling gives a completely different impression. Or, if I'm more direct, I would just say like, oh, sorry, I can't do that day. But I don't really give any follow-up. Even a kind like, hey, if I'm kind of busy right now, but if I'm free, I'll let you know. Like, I wouldn't even say that. So, it depends, I guess. It's tough. So, yeah. But I don't understand this. Why there's so many people. It's like, are they just this bad at communication, or is it something about me that they just don't respect? It's something that I just don't know. Because there's a difference between slow communication. And then, at least I talk with my best friend. That guy I know he's busy and he still responds to me. So, it's like, I know none of the other guys are as busy as him. So, I don't know. Well, that's it. Yeah. And one last thing, I think frustrating thing about work for me is I want to be really busy. I want to work hard, produce a lot. But over the past few times with my part-time, my mind and body can't catch up to the average employee's work ethic. I can't even catch up to that. Like, I get sick, or I don't know, I just don't have the energy. Or usually I get sick, which is the most frustrating thing, because I'm trying to push, everything about me is trying to push, but then I get fucked by something I just can't control. But then it draws a fine line of like, but it's your body, right? It's not like a heavy fever. So technically there's a space for me to push harder and try even when I'm sick. And because of that, it makes me feel like I'm a lazy bum, that I don't have the motivation that others do. that sucks. And ideally, I would love to do a 9 to 5 on top of that opportunity I sort of received. I don't even know if it's going to be an opportunity, but like I don't know if I'm gonna even get the job, but I would love to do that, 9 to 5, and then from they said it's 10 hours per week, so 9 to 5, and then I don't know 2.5. Is it 2.5? 5 times 2. No, just 2 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours a day. After that, I work on it. So, I just do 2 more hours of work. And then I could get, better experience. Money potentially. So, I don't know. It's just, I thought things were more structured, I mean, I left Japan to go away from that structure, but here it's just too unstructured for me. That's why I heard Switzerland is structured, so something I want to go. But anyways, this has gone on a long tangent, nothing to do with World War III, although I wanted to title this entry with World War III, question mark, question mark. So I think in the name of time capsule, in the context of World War III, in conclusion, I guess, what I'm trying to show is the sentiment that reflects probably the economic status, the social cultural status, right before World War III. And if someone ends up watching this, probably me in a few years, it will probably be an interesting perspective on the drastic change that's about to come. And if I'm completely wrong about World War III, that would be absolutely amazing. I think there's a weird part of me that's like, I want change. Drastic one that deconstructs current societal system. But I know that's Moon Man talk, and World War III is nothing to be desired of. I think it's less to do with I really have that desire, more to do with I'm just trying to be honest with even the weird parts about my feelings. But that's a small portion of a larger aspect of I wish. Well, the moral of the story is I want things to do well, at least in terms of finding a job for now. And money. And, culture. I think I remember sharing a video about asking out is hard. But I feel like with all the networking and the cold approaches I've been doing, I think I could actually go up to someone or ask someone out, maybe. But now the issue is I have to find a person that I'm attracted to, and I think dating is one of the only things that beggars can be choosers, because there's no point in dating someone you don't like. That's not dating. So, yeah. But that's the current sentiment. Obscure reflection of the Zeitgeist, pre-World War III. That'll be the title. Okay.